Welcome back to 843 TV. We're here now with Mr. Kevin Libby. He is the news anchor for the Hilton Head Island News. How are you?
I'm very well. Thanks for having me.
So I have to ask you what your favorite toy was as a kid.
You do, because it's written down. I appreciate it. So I wanted to share that my favorite toy when I was young was the first thing I bought with my allowance. I got $2 a week, and I was a baby of the 80s, and I was able to buy a 13-inch black and white with the rabbit ears TV. And so
You're that old?
I know, right? I'm Asian fast.
Oh.
But no, I just loved that toy because I got to be able to go up and dial in all my UHF stations. I grew up watching old comedies in syndication. I grew up on Cheers and, MASH and, All in the Family and that stuff like that. So that's how I first discovered and loved TV. Hiding away in my room with my 13-inch black and white TV, running away from my family and their scary, violent TV shows.
Well, I'm going to put you on the spot here. What was your favorite TV show?
Oh, I grew up, all right, so I was more raised by Conan O'Brien than perhaps my parents.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
Well, they don't watch
Now we
this.
understand. Yeah, but now we understand. It comes clear now.
His neediness is translated into my neediness, yes. But I really grew up in that early 90s where he had Louis C.K. as one of his writers, and I would stay up really late as a 7 and 8-year-old and watch 12:30 a.m. TV. My parents are very, on me, I'm sure. No, but I had a 13.
Hopefully they're not watching right now.
Fortunately, they let me do my TV thing and generally don't find that interesting. So but they were wonderful to me, so I don't mean to speak off cuff too much.
Journalists have interesting stories.
We all have a little background. I know, in case no one has quite yet realized, you were a wonderful Columbia News anchor for 12 years.
Thank you.
And
Thank
so-
you. But we, other than sports athletes and ministers, we move around a lot for better jobs, better pay, better position to play for a different coach. Tell me about your journey and how did WHHI find you?
They found me because we fortunately have this wonderful news anchor for the Bluffton News named Annalisa Idkor. And she's Annalisa in the afternoons on 104.9 The Surf. And she found me doing a videotape for one of our wonderful business partners, 303 Associates. And she said, she liked my video work, and she said, you gotta come work with us at this TV station. So I've been scratching here for a while. When I first got to go on air for the first time, I didn't understand that you're not supposed to use like a big booming broadcast voice, because I came from New England where everyone who's on TV is using these broadcast voices. So when I first got to make little news packages and stuff, whenever I delivered it, I would sound like a complete crazy person, be like, live from wherever we're talking about. It's a road race. And I had this wonderful person who was the anchor ahead of me named Allie, and she would say, why are you using this voice? And I would say, I want people to take me seriously, of course. But
Okay, Kevin. Since we're now changing our voices, can you tell us what makes the Hilton Head News so good, Kev?
I do have, I think, the coolest job in the world, which I get to do the broadcast for the Hilton Head News. And people make the Hilton Head News. We're totally lucky. We have great editors. Jeremy Pope is this amazing editor that we're so fortunate to have. My director, when I do the show, is named Julian Agnew. He sits right there and tolerates all my junk. It's a really, really pleasant, fun experience. So who makes Hilton Head News? People. Good people.
And we have a lot of interesting people around this area.
We really do. I can
Very
just sit there
colorful.
and,
Very colorful.
Yes.
Characters.
Yes, very much so.
Booming voice. Booming voice.
Yes.
I
Let's
don't
hear your
need to
booming.
make my voice any more booming. It's loud as it is, poor things. So what do you tell the guests behind the camera when they come to the broadcast?
My big secret for before we put people on air is I tell them what my predecessor Allie told me my first time I was very nervously on air. And she said, look into the camera and just talk like you're speaking to your first best friend. And just light up and just project, and you'll translate. And so whenever I get people in the seat, besides dirty jokes and things you're not supposed to say on television,
Not that we ever would.
no, not at all. No, but you sit there and you just try to get people comfortable and happy, and just try and look natural, because it's not entirely natural to have cameras around you and attempt to be somewhat entertaining.
Well,
attempt.
It seems like you have a lot of fun on your job, but there is a lot of work that goes into it as well, a lot of research, and our community faces some tough issues ahead as we formulate the Coligny redevelopment project.
A $17 million investment, if I'm not mistaken.
So tell me about how you formulate the stories that you're going to cover on any given day, and how you research this and bring all of the sides of the story together to be fair.
Thank you so much for asking me that. First of all, I have a lot of leverage. WHHI is great to me. They let me cover anything I want. So whatever I think, the way we set up our newscast is the first 6 minutes are headlines. I get 6 minutes to just basically talk out whatever I think is the most relevant news of the day. And that's incredibly satisfying, to be completely frank. I chase money. When I went to college, I went to the University of Massachusetts and studied economics. So when I see money going out, I want to know where and why. Hilton Head has 37,000 people. We have a $75 million annualized budget. So that's a lot of money, and a lot of those tax revenues are from tourism. Of course, we have 37,000 residents, 250,000 people here with full heads and beds. We have 2.5 million tourists a year. Obviously, tourism is our major economy, and so I like to chase around money. So anytime the public or whatever, any kind of public entity, if there's a government entity spending taxpayer dollars, I want to know where, why, and if it's relevant.
Well, the private factors have been like where we are right here. They've enhanced their area, quite a bit.
We have a local TV station because of businesses like what we have right here in this beautiful Omni with the beach and tourism and all this.
Yes.
And you have quite the competition across the bridge over there in
WSAV
Savannah.
is a wonderful station. They do
Yeah.
a great job. And we even have WJCL across the bridge here too, so we have a lot of competition. But what we luck out in is that I think that we are the most local, and I'll happily say that again and again until people
I
get
absolutely
sick.
agree with that. I mean, WHHI truly covers hometown local news.
I was out there for Candace Glover
we have met some of the neatest people, and to really get involved in that, you really realize there's a lot going on around here, and I think that it's grown enough that we do deserve our own local
Well, the
thing. And
area
you're doing
attracts
a great job.
some. I mean,
There's
who
some
wouldn't
big
want to
hitters
live
in
here?
here.
So.
Yeah. I'm okay with it. I'm fine with chilling out by the beach. But last but not least, what should I do when I see news happening in the Low Country?
If you see news happening in the Low Country, you should contact the WHHI Action News Team. The email is
The booming voice.
Yes.
booming voice
Be
again.
there, be square. news@WHHI-TV.com.
All right. Well, thank you, Kevin Libby.
you,
It's
Carrie.
always fun for you to be here, and make sure that you join us next time for more 843 TV.
Where communities come for their news.